Hey guys, Iron Garlic here, and today we're gonna answer one of those questions I get all the time. It's one of the most common questions I get probably on a daily basis, uh, and that's how long should my videos be? How long is this video going to be when we're out there recording? How long are we going to make this video? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 30 seconds? And there's a lot of experts that tell you the answers to these things. And when I say common questions, I'm going to give you the 3 questions that you should ask to understand the perfect time, the perfect length of time for the video. But here's the thing with these common questions, before we get into that, when you ask these common questions, you're looking for a shortcut, right? We're all looking for a shortcut. We're looking for a template. And while there are shortcuts, usually these common questions are not the shortcuts. In fact, they'll cause us to delay, to panic, to getting it done. And like I always say, version done is better than version none. And we'll talk about getting people have been asking me about these t-shirts a lot. And I'll tell you later on how to get one. Not in this video, but another one. But when it comes to making videos, there are 3 questions, but beware of the shortcuts. And we'll talk about the common questions too, like the other common questions in other videos, like what's the perfect gear? What should I say? What should I do? What should I wear? These are some of the more common questions, and there's some simple answers to them. But really, today I want to tell you what's the perfect length of the video. And really, it's answered through 3 questions because there is no perfect length for any given set video. And we've been given this idea by television, by movies, by commercials saying, well, this 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, it's what we've been trained to do. The internet's blown all that out of the water, but we're still trained that way. It's kind of like what I call what I don't call a long tail search, what's called a long tail search, where we think people search for our thing with one keyword, when actually people are searching more and more different ways. Same thing goes for video. We're going to be changing how we consume video depending on the customer journey. So what are the 3 questions? Well, let's get to the whiteboard, and then we're going to talk about the length, but the 3 questions that you should ask. So let's switch it over to the whiteboard, or actually my iPad, which is my artificial whiteboard that I love. And let's make sure you're connected here. So what are these 3 questions that you should be asking? Well, number 1 is who and where. And that can be answered in question. I know it sounds like 2 questions, but it's really 1 question. Really, you could answer where they are in their customer journey. And when we talk about where they are in their customer journey, it means how much they know, like, and trust us. What are they interested in right now? And I'm going to go through the customer journey map in just a second. But this is something that we need to be asking ourselves, because earlier on, it's going to be different than later on. And what they want is going to be different than what they need. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But that's the first question. And then the second question is, how long can you keep them interested? You can keep people interested for a long time with great stories. If you have a really good, compelling story, it could be 10 minutes long. I mean, I've watched 10-minute stories. And then it doesn't matter so much where they are on their journey. But if they're not looking for that journey, that story right then, if they're busy right then, maybe they need something shorter. So where they are in their customer journey will depend, but also how long can you keep them interested. The more you practice, the more you get these done, the more you'll learn how to keep people interested. There's a lot of techniques to keep people interested. Of course, storytelling, telling great stories through video is number 1 way to keep people interested, and number 1 way for them to have an emotional response, for them to feel something. And when they feel something, people will watch video for longer. But the thing is, the longer people watch your videos, the more they're going to know, like, and trust you. The more of those triggers, like we've talked about in other videos, the mere exposure effect, these mental triggers are going to happen. And these little tricks are going to get them to like you and trust you. And when I say tricks, I mean, it's just little triggers that you have to learn. And great actors know them, great speechwriters, great copywriters know them. And you should be applying these to your videos And you think, and a lot of people will think, I don't want to play any tricks on people. Well, it's not really playing a trick if you're trying to do something good for someone. So how long you can keep interested, learning how to keep them interested for longer. You'll do that through a variety of techniques. Obviously, I'll teach you in forthcoming videos, but also learning the essentials of copywriting, learning the essentials of making really cool looking videos, learning things like B-roll. These will keep them interested for a long time, learning some good editing techniques. And even if you're not doing the editing, learning how to do those editing techniques, learning what those look like so that someone else can do them. But that's the question number 2. And then question number 3 is action. What's the action that you want them to take, and how long do you need for them to take that action? So if you just want them to watch another video, maybe that video is short. Maybe you're on the landing page and you're driving them to somewhere else. That's a short video. But maybe you're trying to actually sell them something, what we call video sales letter, or 30, 40 minutes, webinar. My training's 90 minutes. I want you to take some action. I want you to do things at the end of my training. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I want you to take actual action. So I have to get you warmed up. I have to teach you things. I have to also entertain you. And that's, if you watch the webinar, you'll see there's a variety of those things going on there. But these are the 3 big questions that you should be asking yourself. Who and where are they in their journey? How long is it going to take and how long can you keep them interested? And then how long is it going to take for them to take action? Asking yourself these questions will allow you to do that. So now, once we've done that, let's talk about the customer journey. We want to know who the people are, right? So you go through this customer avatar worksheet. I'm going to tell you how to get this worksheet at the end of this. But you can go, you'll sign up for the webinar. There's a whole training on this and how to use the worksheet. But also we go over to the customer journey overview. And what this is someone who doesn't know you at all, is at the beginning of their journey, and they don't know who you are, all the way through they hire you, all the way through becoming a customer evangelist, right? So as people move through this customer journey, they're going to be willing to watch longer videos. Early on, you might be doing 30-second videos, but they have to be high content, high value. The exception to this are great stories, great customer stories. We see people watching long 90-second customer stories, 2-minute customer stories, 3-minute customer stories. If your client story is engaging and create it as a story and not a testimonial, they will watch, up to 6 minutes I've seen. But as people move through here, and as you're teaching them, as you're engaging them, as you're becoming more of their thought leader, even if it's only for a short amount of time, even if, let's say you're an attorney and this is a one-time client, still, if they're really engaged in the process, they'll watch a 30-minute video of you right before walking through a door. Or they might watch an entire course, 4-hour course. It just depends on if you're creating the content, if you can keep them engaged, if you're providing enough value, and what's the steps, what's the promise that you're going to do. And then throughout here, you can stay engaged with people 2 to 3 minutes. And once in a while, if they need some help, you can do that 4-hour course. And it really depends. But if you answer those 3 questions, who and where are they on their journey? If it's earlier on, there's probably less time. How long can you keep them interested? Is this an interesting enough topic for them? Do you know how to keep their attention, how to grab their attention? Talk about what they want to get away from, when they want to go towards, what their needs are, and overcome their excuses. And then how long do you need for them to take action? Because if you can get them to take the next action and engage with you in 1 minute, well, it's good for that because you train people to watch your videos. But if you need 45 minutes because you're selling a high-end product, if you're a high-end service, you're, like I said, an attorney or a chiropractor selling a $10,000 service, or a dentist selling a $25,000 case, you're probably going to need an hour and a half of video to educate them. It might be in a course format if you're trying to get them to buy right there. So like I said, it depends. But, know their customer journey, know those 3 questions, know who you're talking to. And then if you want to get this, you can just go to authenticweb.media. You'll see a little box down there. It says, are you ready to level up your marketing? Click on that. Or you can just comment down below and say, hey, please send me over the customer journey map, and I will send it right over to you, along with some other links that you can get videos on how to use this customer journey map. But answer those 3 questions before you get on the videos, and stop trying to get a shortcut per se. Start thinking through it, because that will lead to your ultimate shortcut of having videos that are effective now.